The camera app on your iPhone is pretty simple. Just point and shoot. But there are a few hidden features baked in, from making your photos look better to copying text in real life. So today, I'm going to go over the hidden tricks and features of your camera app. Open Settings, scroll down and tap Camera. If you've got one of the newer phones like this iPhone 16 Pro Max, you'll see the options for the camera control. In here, you can tweak how hard you need to press to open the camera app, which functions you want to use, and switch it from single press to double press so you don't accidentally open it. You can even set camera control to launch other apps like Instagram, but that's for another video. Going out of the camera control settings, there's some other cool settings on here like grid and level. This will help you make sure your shots are centered and level so everything looks perfect. Now, really quickly, let's talk about the format section. You can switch between high efficiency and most compatible. High efficiency takes less storage but has equal data in the photo. So you want to use this unless you plan to use photos on anything other than an Apple device. So if you have a lot of storage and maybe you're just not worried about storage, you can turn on Apple Pro RAW, which is a lot better, but it does require a lot more work. This uses a ton of storage, but it takes as much data as possible in the photo, so then later you can go in and edit it exactly how you want it. ProRes is for video, and it's a lot like Pro RAW, but for videos. So it takes a ton of data, but then you can go in later and edit it exactly how you want. This takes a lot of storage, so much so that you can actually plug in an external storage to store all this data. Trust me, it'll burn through your phone's storage really quick. By default, your camera settings reset every time you open the camera app. But if you always shoot in night mode or use certain filters, turn on preserve settings and it'll remember your last setup. And lens correction will make your ultra wide shots look a lot more normal instead of warped and fisheyed. Now, let's get into some of the more advanced shooting tools. Tap the little arrow on the top or just swipe up on the screen to reveal the manual controls. You can now use things like the plus-minus slider to adjust exposure manually, turn on or off the flash, or start a timer. Want to lock focus and exposure? Tap and hold the screen to activate autofocus and exposure lock. Okay, let's quickly talk about audio on the new iPhone 16s because they've really upgraded the audio and it can be pretty helpful. First, just take a normal video, then once you're done, go in and actually edit the video. From here, you'll see audio mix. You can now choose some audio filters like in-frame, studio, and cinematic. You can now go in and mess with the filters. For example, in-frame will only keep the sound of whatever's in-frame. Now, before I end this video, I do want to talk about a few tricks that are pretty cool but don't really involve taking photos or videos. When you take a photo, then go to the photo itself, you'll see a button on the bottom that has a circle with an eye in it. This is the info button. This gives you all sorts of info like the exact date and time taken, what it was taken on, and the settings used. This will even show the location of where it was taken if you have location turned on in photos. What you might not know about this button is it's actually a contextual button, which means it changes based on the photos that are taken. For example, if I take a picture of a plant, it might take a second, but the info button will actually detect this plant and change it to a plant button. This works with a few other things too, like dog breeds, landmarks, and art. You can even take a picture of the laundry tags on your clothes to better understand how you're supposed to wash things. This is cool, but personally, I don't actually use it that much. But one thing that I do use a lot is the ability to grab text from the real world. All you have to do is point your camera at the text and a little button will pop up in the bottom right corner. If you click this, it'll automatically take the text out and allow you to select and copy the text. You can also take a photo of a person, then go in and tap and hold on the person to copy just the person so you can add it to like a messages or a notes or something. Just something kind of fun. You can even use your iPhone as a webcam for your computer using continuity camera. This gives you a center stage, portrait mode, and desk view all built in. And lastly, you can go in the Notes app and tap Camera, then Scan Document. It'll auto-detect, flatten, and clean up your scan, and it works way better than just taking a photo of the paper. And that's the power of the iPhone camera. It's way more than just taking pictures. So if you learned something new, maybe hit the like button, and I'll see you next week for more iPhone tips.